What's going on, everybody? So, my man Dedrick Hicks Jr. did reach out to me on Instagram, let me know he tagged me in the video 5 fragrances that make you feel like the man. And I've been a little under the weather the last couple of days. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice or not. I did get something in my stomach. I've been doped up on NyQuil and DayQuil the last 2 days. But I'm feeling good enough to go ahead and make the video. And I don't have anybody specific I want to tag. I'm going to make it an open tag, so anybody with a channel that sees this video and it sounds like something you might want to do, by all means, you're tagged. Let's talk about my 5 picks. Stay tuned. Starting with the fragrance that actually makes me feel more like the man every time I wear it than any other, honestly. If it was ranked, this would be number 1. That being Roja Parfum's Scandal Parfum Cologne. I love this fragrance. So much so, I seldom wear it. It's very specific situations when I know I'm going to wear a suit, special events, things like that. So not that often. I don't wear it that often. Damn it, is it a good fragrance. Spicy fougere, herbal green, powerful but not too strong at the same time. Kind of a classic vintage vibe, if you will, but quality dialed up to the 10th power for sure, with it being a Roja Dove fragrance. I've never smelled the Parfum pour Homme, but if it's anything even remotely close to maybe just being a denser version of this, I definitely need to get my nose on it, because Scandal Parfum Cologne is actually my favorite in the line. While it's not the one I wear the most in the line, the Parfum Cologne line, it is my favorite. It's the one I hold head and shoulders above the rest because it's such a special profile to me. This one is very confidence inspiring when I wear it. Definitely a fragrance that makes me feel like the man when I wear it. Again, that's Roja Parfum Scandal Parfum Cologne. Next is one that I actually wore a few days ago, and I don't know, it's just something about this scent profile. It's something with these more masculine fragrances for me. This is old school barbershop meets modern boozy with Azzaro Pour Homme Intense. Very, very big fan of this fragrance. This is some really, really good stuff. I was loving wearing it. Every time I wear it, it was love at first sniff. The first time I smelled it, I bought it on a blind buy based off of Justin's recommendation. Shout out to Justin Copeland if you happen to see this video. This is that fragrance. Look, I understand some people don't care for Azzaro Pour Homme these days, that it's dated and so on and so forth. This is the ultimate version of Azzaro Pour Homme Intense, in my opinion. It's one that's worthy of at least getting your nose on if you can, in some form or fashion. You can find it under $40 for a 100 ml bottle from most discounters that do have it in stock, when they do have it in stock. And it performs very well. Not a beast, but bordering that type of beast mode longevity. And if you spray this one heavy, it will be overwhelmingly too much. So be mindful of the sprays. It all depends on your setting and how much you like to spray. But this is one where less is more. This one's nice to have a little bit of mystery to it to be discovered. I wouldn't really want to do more than 6 or 7 sprays with this one, but typically I do 5 sprays when I wear it. But every time I wear it, it just instills confidence. It really is. It's a chest out type of fragrance. So one of those fragrances that definitely makes me feel like the man when I wear it. The Azzaro Pour Homme Intense. So now we're going from 2 extremely masculine fragrances to one that some will deem very feminine because of its waxy iris. And it's one of my favorite fragrances ever created, that being Dior Homme Parfum. This is the old style 75 ml bottle. I love this stuff. It is just magnificent. In my opinion, I've said this many times, I think it's one of the greatest fragrances ever created. It is that good. And this is more of a leather fragrance than it is an iris fragrance, honestly. It's a little bit of a slight animalic feel to the leather. It's not the most smooth. It's a bit brash, honestly. The iris here is very waxy. It does smooth out as you start to get into the dry down, because the wood here is a sandalwood, so it does offer a creamy nature to it. There's a little bit of oud. Supposedly there's some rose, but I don't really get the rose. The orange that's supposedly there, I never get any citrus from this. It's pretty much waxy iris with this lovely touch of oud, and then like I said, that brash, slightly animalic leather and creamy sandalwood is pretty much what this fragrance is about. Not the most complex fragrance, but it does smell deep at the same time. It's a simple note breakdown, but it does smell rich, deep, and smooth overall. A monster in performance on my skin. I've never sprayed more than 4 sprays on my skin with Dior Homme Parfum. I can't vouch for how the newer style 100 milliliter bottles are, but these 75 milliliter bottles, the older style, 2014 to 2019, beast, monster, absurd performance, overwhelming if you spray too heavy. But that's my experience with it. For being a floral dominated fragrance, it's definitely one that makes me puff my chest out a little bit when I wear it. It's definitely confidence inspiring. A confident man will wear a fragrance like this that has that waxy, lipsticky type of iris to it with some leather. There's a lot of masculine tones to this fragrance with a bit of a feminine touch at the same time. Definitely a confident guy will wear this, and that's why it's one of those fragrances that just fits perfectly into a fragrance that makes me feel like the man when I wear it. Again, that's Dior Homme Parfum. So this is definitely the freshie of my picks because it's my favorite fragrance. No fragrance puts me in a better mood than when I wear this, that being Invictus Aqua. It's no secret if you've been watching me for a while. This is my favorite fragrance. While I love tons of different fragrances that smell like Invictus Aqua, none of them can hold a candle to actual Invictus Aqua. And I don't mean the old style 2016 that got discontinued many years ago. I find that to be much more synthetic than this version. This is the 2018 to newest. From what I've heard, it's been discontinued. Sad if so. I have many ways to smell like this fragrance. I still have plenty in this bottle. I strictly wear it in the summer. But I've gotten many compliments from how good I smell with this fragrance. It makes me smile when I smell it. I love this fragrance. I love how it smells on me. Even if nobody else was to tell me I smell good, it doesn't matter because you can't convince me I don't smell fan-damn-tastic when I have Invictus Aqua on. This is definitely one that has me feeling like the man when I wear it. If you haven't tried it, try it. Don't judge it based off of anyone else's opinion other than your own, because even though I swear by this stuff, there's some people that can't stand this fragrance. And the only way you'll know for sure is if you try it for yourself. Don't know how easy it is to sample these days like it once was at department stores that carry Paco Rabanne fragrances, but it's just that fragrance for me. Paco Rabanne's Invictus Aqua. Last, this has a similar style to Creed Aventus, but definitely more refined, smooth, and even more of a chypre than Aventus is, because it's kind of an oak moss bomb once it settles in and dries down. It's a very strong performer. It dresses up very well. This is definitely a fragrance that'll make you feel like the man. I know that's the case with me. Nishane Hacivat. This stuff is special. I'll take this over Aventus every time. Not the exact same as Aventus, but very, very similar in scent profile in many ways, but it's briefly up top. As it settles into the heart and starts to dry down a little bit, it will separate itself and, like I said, become more of an oak moss forward fragrance. The fruitiness and the pineapple and stuff like that that's up top is where you get your similarity to Aventus, but this is its own fragrance after a few minutes, I can assure you. Not a clone, not the same fragrance, just has a similar vibe and can do a similar job to Aventus, and definitely you can get this one a lot cheaper from discounters. 50 mls like this you can get around $105, $110, $120 range, versus 50 ml of Aventus is going to run you $200 easily. So it's one of those fragrances that performs really well. It smells of high quality, and as long as you like oak moss or chypres in general, you will dig this fragrance. This is an olfactive experience worth having. This is one that I advise everybody to at least get a sample and try to see if you like it, because there's a strong possibility that you're going to want a damn bottle of this stuff. It's signature scent worthy, especially if you work in a more professional setting. This will be a great work fragrance. Obviously, depending on the actual facility you go to will dictate on how many sprays you can roll with, because sometimes you don't want to be overwhelming in the workplace. This fragrance can be overwhelming if sprayed heavy, so you have to be mindful of stuff like that. But I'll tell you what, this is a clean scent profile with a sports jacket or a nice blazer or even a suit and tie. This really works great in those situations. Definitely confidence inspiring. That's why I had to pick it as one of my 5 fragrances that make me feel like the man. It's Nishane Hacivat. Well, that is my 5 picks for fragrances that make me feel like the man. Shout outs to Dedrick once again. Thank you so much for reaching out to me and tagging me. Make sure to check out Dedrick's channel. I have it linked below. Check out his content. Great camera presence. I really dig his channel. Love his content. Hopefully he grows at a rapid pace. He's only, at the recording of this, right around 500 subscribers. He's a relatively newer channel, but definitely give his content a try, guys. He's got some really good opinions, and like I said, a really good presence on camera. Really like Dedrick's channel. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have a similar feeling to some of the fragrances that I picked that just make me feel like the man when I wear them? Do you have any of these? What do you think about them? Or what fragrances just inspire confidence for you that would be your picks, even if it's just one fragrance? What is that one fragrance? Let me know down in the comments. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of the 5 that make me feel like the man and you give them a spray now, might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.